Good morning. We've concluded the meeting. We'll convene again tomorrow. I advised the governor that for the House Democrats, I'm going to appoint a new negotiating team chaired by Representative Greg Harris. There will be others added to the team during the next 24 to 48 hours. But for today, Representative Greg Harris will be the chief negotiator for House Democrats in terms of balancing the budget, in terms of adopting a budget for the remainder of this fiscal year. As I said as I went into the meeting, I would strongly recommend that we follow the framework used on 7 successive budgets. If you use the same framework, the odds are you'll get a budget to finish off this fiscal year. You'll be able to provide for a good level of funding for education. You'll be able to provide for public safety. You'll be able to provide for the seniors and for the vulnerable in our society. Questions?
Is it only going to be the budget that they're talking about, or the turnaround agenda is not going to be part of this?
As I said, my recommendation is that we follow the framework from the 7 previous occasions. There's a meeting tomorrow. I'm sure there'll be a more open discussion. Representative Harris will be there as the chief, as the leader of the negotiating team from the Illinois House Democrats.
What was the tenor? What was the tenor of the meeting today? Is everybody getting along after the rough campaign?
I think it was very respectful.
Greg Harris and not you?
Because we're very familiar with Harris's ability to work with people, to understand the issues. You understand he's the chair of one of our major appropriations committees. He's demonstrated over his career that he's very knowledgeable, very able to work with others, including Democrats and Republicans.
Are there any discussions about pension reform? With the
Governor's talking about pension reform.
Is there revenue discussed at all? Balanced budget?
The governor's talking about new revenue. Right.
Has he talked about getting that revenue without a turnaround agenda?
You should ask him that question.
And is this just focused on the remaining 6 months of this fiscal year?
Well, as I said, we're under an obligation to adopt the budget for the remainder of the fiscal year, the first 6 months of the next calendar year. And if we follow the framework that we followed in the past, we'll be successful.
What's that?
We'll do an 8th budget.
What's that framework?
Well, you've been here.
Are you
You've
talking
followed
about
it.
like the piecemeal plans that have been enacted, or?
You've been here, haven't you?
Right. But
Okay.
well, is that what you're talking about?
So
the
you
piecemeal plans?
witnessed 7 successful budgets. Bear with us, and you'll witness an 8th.
But they don't call those successful. The governor does.
Oh, they provided the authority to fund education, protect seniors, correct? Provide for public safety.
But there's also not enough money to cover all of the spending going out, so our
Well,
debt keeps going up.
That's the point that I've been attempting to make for 2 years.
It'd be better if you're on.
I've been attempting to make that point for 2 years.
Why change your own role, Speaker, with regard to the chief negotiator, with regard to negotiating?
I think that if we all work together, recognize each other's interests and abilities, why we'll come to a successful agreement. So listen, everybody.
Can you talk about our new president?
I'm sure the governor wants to spend some time
Thanks,
with you.
everybody.
So